Meant to retake it, but I forgot. So it's pretty dark. Oh well, at least it's something. Hi everyone. Anyone sitting in the ads? I'm just going to get... Oh, I have to find my chat. Let me just join the yarn and then I'll go find it. There's somebody there. Oh, pardon me. Hello, somebody's there. Right, got to find my chat. Make sure my phone is definitely quiet. I can't have that again. Right. Oh, look there. It's very dark. Very dark. Okie dokie. Hi, Memphis Max and Mary. Hello. Don't forget Thummy. Oh, I look a bit red, don't I? And Cheryl. You've just been watching one of my other videos where you've got great taste, woman. Fabulous. Right, I've got to just keep checking the phone to see who's come in, because as I'm making this here enormous blanket, there's not much room for much else in the room. So we just had dinner and Gary is watching the football. So I thought, you know what? I might as well go and do a live and get some of this blanket done. My last one, I had to delete. Well, I didn't have to delete it. I could have appealed it, but I somehow managed to have my computer on loud or something, and YouTube played an ad and then did me for copyright on an ad that they put on my... So I just deleted it. I figured, you know what, I can't be bothered to do all that appealing. Now I've got myself a gift bag that I got some birthday presents in yesterday, and I've put my yarn ball in that because I did have a little kind of bin that I could use, but it's got these sharp bits on the inside that it would catch on. Hi Sylvia, welcome. And yeah, so I couldn't use that. My son's just sent me a song. Yeah, so anyway, I thought I'd use the gift bag, might as well. I'm just working over my end, which is why I'm taking a bit longer. I always work over it as much as I possibly can, hide it, and then the next round I kind of bring it along with me and lift it up over, and then the next round just goes over it completely. So that's cool. But yeah, I left him watching football. Didn't fancy watching that. Hi Jennifer, Dinky Crafts. It's watching Newcastle and Liverpool. So yeah, no, fancy watching that. I watched some of the Arsenal game earlier, but I was cooking, so I didn't see all of it. Oh yeah, I like a little football, but I don't want to watch every match. Definitely not. Whew, I'm a little out of breath. I've been busy today. I had to do the cat tray and had to parcel up orders and get them to collect, you know, like get it online and get them to kind of set up a collection, and then hoover and made a shepherd's pie, all sorts today. Gary was helping his brother paint, so I might as well make him dinner for when he gets back, because he'll probably be exhausted. See if anyone else is coming. Hey Diane, woo, hello, don't forget the thumbs everyone. So I didn't announce today's. I'm really like spur of the moment person, really. I never kind of schedule or announce it. I used to sort of sometimes put it on my wall. I'm going to do a live later. But then it got to the stage where I was saying, I'm going to go live in 5. 4, 3, and it would literally be that much notice. And now I just spring it on you, springing it on you all. Oh, I'll get another couple of rows done anyway. Let's get in there. So what have you all been up to today? It's a Saturday that's felt like a Sunday to me because, well, I've been on my own for a start and, you know, just felt Sunday-ish, if that makes any sense at all. Jessie says hi. Hi, Jessie. Lots of love. Thank you for my my llama and my picture and my card and everything. Hang on a sec. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, you can make it with Aran weight. Just make sure you got the right hook and you can do it. Just cooking an easy tea. I like an easy tea, but we had shepherd's pie, and I thought I'd do that because, you know, that way I can use up the potatoes before I start low carbing, and it'll be something nice and warm and yummy for when Gary comes in. Oh, lots and lots of people coming in or talking. Let's see. Ellie, hi, and everyone, welcome. And don't forget the thumbie. This hair is going to keep falling in front of my face just to annoy me. So I went to see Paul, Victoria and Harley yesterday evening. I was there all day, but I only saw Paul in the evening. I got stuck behind really mega slow vehicles on the way home. Took way too long to get home. So I was going to do a bit of crochet, but I never got round to doing any. I haven't done anything today. I've just been too busy. So I still haven't got any more squares done or any near. I thought, should I just do the tutorial anyway on the square and then do a separate one for the blanket? But I thought, no, I'll do some more and get it sorted. Oh, and I did my open with me, which I'm probably competing with my own video. That's me. Organisation. Don't you just love it? What am I missing? Just saying hello to everyone. I've got a cup of tea Gary brought me just as I was getting set up. So that's cool. And I've got a water for when that runs out. Because it's taken me a fair bit of time to get around this thing now. So there was a mystery on my last live. I deleted it. Suddenly a song started playing. And I sussed it out that it was YouTube playing an ad on my video that was loud enough to be heard. So they penalised me for copyright on my own video with an ad that they put on. So rather than like get involved in appealing and convoluted conversations with them or anything, I just deleted it. But, you know, it's the only thing that could have played because there was nothing in here to sort of play music. And to just do a minute segment like that, it had to be one of their ads. That's the only thing I could think of. Crazy. It certainly is. Right, I'm getting near the corner, which is going to be a bit of a mission. We'll turn the whole thing round. And it's a big one. Right, so that can go behind now. Just encountered a corner, so I mean a tail. So I needed to kind of try to work around it. Sometimes I feel like I'll never finish this. I mean, of course I will, obviously, but it does feel like a gigantic project. And there's so many that I want to do. Do you get that? Do you have like ideas in your head that are you get the ideas too fast for your hands? I do. I used to get that with writing when I was younger. I used to get writing a story, and I used to write it in my head so fast, my hands couldn't keep up. But I do write very, very fast, longhand. And when I did shorthand at school, because I did business studies, and when she came up, she said, anything you can't understand yet, fill in with longhand. And she just come up behind me and she went, you can write longhand as fast as most people shorthand. But it's because I was so used to it. Just spelling left a lot to be desired when I did that, though. Hello, Kim. Welcome. How big am I making it? I'm making it as big as the yarn lasts, if that makes any sense. I have... Oh. No, wrong yarn. It's down there. I have these two. They are approximately, I get, now it's getting bigger, I'm gonna get like, just at the moment I get more than 2 rounds from one ball. When I say rounds, I mean rounds of this colour, so that it will grow. And I've got half a ball and these two, but as I get further and further, I'll get just 2 rounds, and then I might not get the whole. So I'm keeping any odd ones somewhere. They were here, but I've tidied up. So that if I do start to play yarn chicken towards the end, I might have a few that I can fall back on. But yeah, I'm just going to do it until that yarn runs out. And then I'm going to do a border in this one, which is a very, very, very deep blue, but it looks black. It is very dark, though. It's called Oxford Blue. And I feel like I've not done enough chain on that one. How strange is that? But yeah, that's how far. I've not got a set size. It's just that once that yarn runs out, I'll do a nice size border in the dark, and that'll be the end of it. And that won't grow anymore, because I'm not going to buy any more of this yarn. It costs a fortune to get it in this country, and I'm not sure if they do that colour anymore either. Plus, I've never made anything this big. In all the years that I've been crocheting, I've made fairly large blankets, but they've never been this big, and it goes up my nose as well, which is another thing I'm not really keen on, because it's got fibres. Where did I put the ball? Is it falling down? Is that it? Here it is. It fell. Now I nearly lost my crochet hook, but if you can see it, it's got sort of a little fuzz to it, and those little fuzzy fibres keep working their way up my nose. Let's just see if I've missed anything. Hi, Hannah. Go back a little way, make sure I've not missed anybody. And Judy, hi, and Joe. Don't forget the thummies. I love the puzzle yarn, but even though it's acrylic, I do get a bit of fluff up my nose because of it. I'm used to that though. Most yarns give me fluff up my nose. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But I will be glad when this finishes. I tell you, it's kind of, I wouldn't say I've like spent a lot of my time on it, but it got put in a bag and left. And I know that there were Gary's cheerleaders, especially Jane, who kept telling me to get back on with it and get on with that blanket. But deep down inside, I kept feeling like I'd done so much, and it would have been such a waste of my time, oh, excuse me, not to get back onto it. You know, you kind of invest so much into it, and money and time, that you really need to do it. Hi, Alison. Welcome. Don't think I've missed anybody else. Don't forget the thummies. And I'm still going. Oh, I wish I hadn't. I really do need a nose cozy, though, for this stuff. It's even worse when I do the other round, because it really is that yarn. But at least I've got something to put my ball into now. It was while I was at Paul's last night, they gave me some birthday presents, and they were in a gift bag. So that gift bag is now stopping my ball from rolling all over the floor. So that's good. I was going to put it in a bucket. Not a clean one, of course, you know, like just a bucket that you put water in or something. But it went missing, the bucket. It's been garried. It was in the bathroom last time I saw it. But that was a while ago. And then it got garried. This is really annoying. Hi, Nana Michelle. Good to see you all. Don't forget thumbs. That's Sarah. I couldn't read the message, but I saw the name. I try not to loom up at you like that because I forget that you can't see that goes across the screen. it just looks like I won't do it again. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Need to talk to your late husband's one remaining sister. What, right now? What do you mean? You did? You found me when you were in the ads. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, so it's so annoying. I'll try not to keep on about it though, because I'll get annoying myself. Oops. It's quite dark in here. Got a little neck light, but I don't really want to blind anybody with it. It's over there. And I've got the light from there, so it's fine. The only thing is, you know, with me looking down doing this, you can't actually see it. So it just looks like I'm being rude. But obviously I'm not. So are you working on anything yourselves while we're streaming, or are you just chatting? But yeah, this is, I'm so glad to see the back of it. Not that I don't like it. I love it. I love the blanket. I love the stitch. Especially love the colours. But, you know, when something goes on a little bit too long, and that's probably my fault for leaving it for so long. And I like little projects that get done quicker. I mean, when I make quite a largish blanket, it doesn't usually take me that long, but this one is a gigantic blanket. Oh, I've got a corner again. That's my feet, by the way. Honestly. Seriously. It was my feet rubbing on the side. Hi, Mama Knows Best, aka Gwen. Working on a cowl while listening, as you only have a little crochet time before you're live after Granny D. I used to follow Granny D once upon a time. Hi, Ellie. Working on some stitch markers right now. I've got to do that, haven't I? Jennifer is waiting to get 100% cotton for coasters and body scrub. Working on a hat with dark blue and red puzzle yarn and munching on chips, salsa and cheese. Okay, let's go back a bit. Nana Michelle's working on a beaded shawl using Hobby Universe. Dayon is working on a lost shawls, and Gwen is working on a king-size blanket. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're huge. Alison Longstaff is summing up teeny weeny baby cardigans. Ah. Sylvia's working on Enid Snood from Wednesday. Oop, I pressed on the wrong thing. Cheryl is working on a shawl in Hobby yarn. And Kim just got your St. Patty's Day stitch markers from Elkie. They came today. Oh. Isn't life wonderful? I've got to pull some yarn out. Oh. It's not really free running in this bag either because it's such a giant ball. If it was just a normal kind of size, wouldn't be so bad. But this dark one is a gigantic ball. And if I let it just roam around, it ends up under the chair. And then the other one would just threaten to kind of tangle into it. And so I thought I need something to put it in. And a normal kind of, you know, yarn bowl wouldn't really cut it. It's so big. You couldn't get that in there. In fact, yarn bowls, you couldn't really get anything but a ball in, could you? So I kind of don't get to use one. Gary bought me it, and I don't use it because you don't buy balls of yarn in little round balls. Kind of, I'm treading on the yarn. Wondering why it wouldn't move. Oh dear. I don't know. So yeah, I've got this wooden yarn bowl that he bought for me, but I feel like nothing would run free in it. And quite often I yank my yarn and whatever it's in, it leaps out and then sort of jumps all over the floor anyway. So didn't go for dinner today. We were going to, but we ended up not, and so I cooked. And tomorrow I don't know that we will. I have to wait and see. But then after that, the diet starts, because the real official birthday is over. They are over, and it's ready to begin. Ellie, okay, not Elkie. Although Elkie is a name, isn't it? Remember Elkie Summer? All right. So what do you make? You use your mixing bowl. That's a good idea. But this is a gigantic ball. I'm not sure that would really even... Look at it. It's just so big. I'm not sure that it'll... Although, it should do, because it's working out in this thing. So that's all right. Don't have a yarn bowl, but I agree that they are a little redundant. They are. They're kind of... If you have wind all your yarn into little round balls, then they'd work. But most of them are kind of this shape, aren't they? Wouldn't fit in there anyway. Oh well. It looks nice on the side, like an ornament. It's just so big. It's heavy, and that's the trouble. It pulls itself down too much, you know, when you try. I've never made anything this heavy because it's chunky yarn. But yeah, you can make this in Aran yarn. You can make it in any yarn, to be honest. You could make it with DK if you wanted to. It's just you make the right crochet hook choice and the pattern works. Just comes up smaller and it take you longer. Oh my, unless you were making a smaller blanket, which is perfectly fine, because you can just decide, you know, where you want to stop. Just that Gary wanted this to be so big that it covered both of us while we were sitting watching TV, and it would be able to sort of come... He wants it from here when he pulls it up to his feet and the whole length of the sofa, so it goes over both of us. I think it must be nearly there now. Hi, Forever Blessed. Welcome. And Diana, hi. You've got a wooden yarn bowl, but because it kept sliding about, your mum kindly glued it some non-slip mat underneath. You've got loads of balls that fit in it, but tend to use wound yarn you've done yourself. Exactly. You'd have to kind of wind them. Although, have you noticed a lot of people on social media are talking about this new yarn winder that makes those really kind of cute balls that, you know, that with some yarn you buy is in like a round kind of ball, but you can see it's a professional wound ball. I've got some up there actually, but apparently they're like thousands of pounds because they are for manufacturers really, or people that really have a serious business of producing yarn. But they would be fun to play with. Or maybe if they brought out a kind of domestic one for your home, that, you know, like a ball winder that's not a cake but a roundy one. That'd be cool. We'll have to wait and see, won't we, what they do. Yeah, pulling out the yarn. Don't drop the hook again. Dropped it the other day. Hi, Linda. Knitting your baby blanket whilst watching. Well, that's lovely. I'm kind of, I suppose, 3/4 of the way around this colour. But then this is the quick one. And it's getting right up my nose, I can tell you. But yeah, this is the quick one. The other one's pretty slow. But there's no music today. If any music appears on it today, I'll want to know why. I don't even remember hearing anything from the last one. That's just the weirdest thing. And you think I'd notice sitting in the room, and well, I did step out, but you think I'd have heard it. But no, there was zip, nothing. I can only assume it was their ad. Can't say for sure. I think this is my last corner of this round. Oh, it's so itchy. Just checking. I think all gone asleep on me. Right, corner turning time. It's so big. Whew. So, what's news? Anything? What am I missing? Oh, this is just so tickly. Somebody make me a nose cover. Can you imagine sitting here with like a... No, please, I don't really mean it. It just would be funny though. I could sit there, you know when they do like Red Nose Day? I could sit here with one of those on. Probably be more irritating than the yarn though, to be honest. So I had my last shepherd's pie. We've not got many potatoes left, and I may be meeting up with Gemma and Mike and Tyler tomorrow. Depends really how he gets on. He's at a party today. He's at a party of a kind of a celebrity villain. Those of you who've not heard the story, he was tagged in a little post. They were calling for people who look like this chap called Dave Courtney to play him in a movie when he was younger. So somebody looked at it and thought, wow, he looks like Mike. And so they tagged him in it, and he thought, oh, he sent it to me, and he said, what do you think? Should I do it? And I said, yeah, go for it, because he's been in a movie before. He had a small part in Run Fat Boy Run. So I said, yeah, you've got a little bit of experience taking direction and that. So go for it. Yeah, why not? Be fun. So he put its, application forward, and he got invited there to this guy's house, and they there was lots and lots of people there auditioning, but Mike was one of the last to leave. And he got invited to the party. I think I don't know if he was the last one there, but at one point there was just 4 of them remaining. But a lot of them have been like in quite large parts in movies and stuff like that, and established actors. So he doesn't know that he'll get it, but he was the one who looked the most like him. And even himself and his wife said, you're a dead ringer. So, and his audition went well as well. So you never know, he might get it, but we just have to wait and see. But he's going to have fun no matter what, even if he doesn't get it. Hi, Roberta. Welcome. Good afternoon. You haven't done a big project in a while. Thinking of a blanket for you and hubby. Yeah, I'm this is going to be my last one for quite some time. Not doing another big one for ages, if I ever do another. I did a big blanket for my sister. You know, then I did the spike stitch one that was kind of looked like chevrons, but it wasn't. It was just a spike stitch. And I did all those different coloured tan, brown, sort of a mushroomy colour, and that I gave to my sister, because when I put them together, those colours, it just said my sister to me, because when I was young and I went to her house and would stay with her and things like that, because she's older than me, you see. Everybody had, the colour at the time was brown. So all the accessories in your kitchen were brown, you know, and curtains had brown in it. It was the colour of the time. So when I saw it, it just kind of screamed at me that this should be for my sister. So I took it down there and gave it to her. She's got a caravan, not like mine. Mine's a Yana van, but hers is a proper one that she belongs to a club and they go caravanning, and so she put it in a caravan. Am I missing? Hi, Shetika. Yeah, I know, Cheryl. I mean, I'd like him to get it, you know, just for the experience. And I know he's done a few things in the past. He's got lots of experiences with music and with that movie and a few other things that he'd done. But it would be cool for him to actually do that. And he does look crazy like him. And he just sent me a picture of him. And he said, does this kind of remind you of a little bit of a chubbier version of Dad? When I looked, it really does. So yeah, he does look like my ex now. Mike, when he was younger, which is weird because I never really considered that Mike looks that much like his dad. I know he's got bits of him, like we've all got bits of, I've got bits of my mum and bits of my dad, but more of my dad. But I never look at Mike and think, oh, you look like your dad. I just don't, you know. He looks to me a lot like my mum's side of the family. But he obviously has more in there than I can see. Well, hey, I've done a whole round in the dark colour. Wow, that was quicker than I thought, you know. I know this is the good quick round though. It's the next one that takes forever. Right, where's my scissors? There we go. I'm going to start at a different point. Bear with me a sec. Here's my gift bag. It's all glittery, pretty shiny. Can't see the shiny, but take that one out. It served a purpose. Actually, more out than I thought there. I have to wind that back up. And put that down there. Be careful not to knock anything down. See what I mean? It's just a giant ball. 400-gram ball, I think that was. That's why. Make sure my tea hasn't gone too cold. Oops, that's a bit. Been talking and not drinking it. Small tea break. No, I don't think I'll be doing many more like large projects. Not after this one. Some of them are going to be involved, like little. There's a few things I want to make, character blankets and stuff that will be kind of involved, but they're nowhere near going to be like this. This is a bit of a nightmare. Definitely. So I'm not like gulping my tea down, but just don't look. I can't do it. Can't do it in front of you. Can't waste it. My mum would be spinning in her grave if I wasted tea. She was a bit of a tea bag, was my mother. Absolutely more so than I am. I mean, I'm bad enough. Cup of tea. Right, so which end do I need? Has this got, no, this is fine. Okay. I'll join at this end. I've got to get the blanket underneath the yarn. Oh, go on. It's like a major kind of operation just to join the yarn in. I'll be with you in a sec. So yeah, I did a little giveaway today. I'm going to do a bigger one tomorrow because it'll be the start of a new month, new week. I always do at least one a week, but as I've done all these little ones, tomorrow will be the new bigger one, if that makes any sense. Hi, so what is knitting? Hello from Gateshead. Good to see you. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Anyone who hasn't already subscribed. And the thummy. Don't forget the thummies. Gulp your tea if you want. I can't. Victoria. Oh, I'm not on air. How naughty of me. Let's see if I can remedy that. I've got to find it though. Is that it? Might be. Got so many plugs. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Do we have lift off? Can't get it in. Yay! Victoria, I'm using the gift bag you gave me yesterday as a place to put my ball of yarn. Stop it rolling around. So yeah. Really hot in here now. That's because of the tea. Okay, here we go. This is the round that takes forever. I might have to put my fan on. I don't even think it's plugged in, which is a bit of a pain. How can I be this hot just after a little gulp of tea? Took me ages to get home yesterday. I was stuck behind Miss Daisy and this massive lorry. And it just, down the country lanes, up hills and twisty roads. So I couldn't get away from it. It took me about an hour and a half or more to get home. Right, I'm going to try and sort the fan out. I don't even know what plug it is. It's probably not. I'm not going to open the window. There are spiders out there. But I am melting now. I don't think I've got it plugged in. Move the car. No, none of these are it. I don't think that's it. What is that? I wonder what that is. It's not the fan, is it? No, I do not believe so. It's not plugged in. I don't know where that plug is. I don't think. I'm just going to have to roast. I'm going to have to melt. It's because this blanket is so big and heavy. Okay. So what have you all been up to? My new peeps that have joined. You haven't sewn your ends in yet. Oh no. That's what you bought it for, of course. What have you done, Diane? Going back. You fell the other day and jabbed your shoulder. Even crocheting hurts. That's not good. You know you need to take more water with it, don't you? That's what they usually say when... I know it's not that. No, it's not that. Hi, Christine. Just stopping by to drop a thumbie. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you very much. You lost 4.5 pounds after eating all that yesterday. I'm in shock. I am. I need to find the fan, and I'm not going to be able to do it that easy, and I've just got to hope nothing falls down. I can't believe that. You're jammy. How did you manage to lose? Where is the... I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, you're going to have to, have a look at my yarn for a bit. How wonderful is the yarn? And I just need to see... Ah, there we go. There's the plug. I've got a spare... I don't know if that is it, actually. I think it is. There we go. And switch it on. And... Why are you not working? Oh, hang on. It is. It's just... Oh, lovely. Oh, right. I'm not going to melt anymore. I just need to, dab. Because I am really glistening. Hello. Long time no see. Got the fan on. Right, okay. back to the grindstone. Sorry if it's noisy. I turn it down when I get cold. If I get cold, but they are the quietest fans that I've ever had. That one, I've got it on high. So, hi Kathy. My yarn is wonderful. It's very nice, just you know, served a purpose. Yes, after it wasn't a and your huge Valentine's dinner and your naughty dinner yesterday, because not only did you have fish and chips, you had a batter sausage as well. And I couldn't believe that. Got weigh in as well, and you lost 4.5 pounds. See, that's what you should do. You should go on the fish and chip diet. How did you manage to lose when you had that huge Valentine's meal and all that naughtiness? What did you do? That's crazy. You see, now that would never happen to me. I would gain about 1 stone overnight. That's what would happen. For those of you across the pond, a stone is 14 pounds. Is it 14? Yeah, it is 14 pounds. Better noisy than melting is true. Yes, please remember the thummies. Hi, Regina. Haven't caught me live in ages. Well, I haven't really done that many. I used to do loads, didn't I? And then I kind of, when Gary went to working days instead of evenings, I kind of stopped doing them so much, and I would do the odd one, but then I'd kind of do them afternoon, and a couple of times I tried them early, and just to catch different people and have a little bit of a change up. And so I did do some, but since I've been doing this monster on live streams, it kind of makes me get on with it, which is a good thing. And so since I've been doing that, I've been doing a few more. But they're not the normal kind where I've got my computer in front of me and I can see everything you say. Because I'm working, every now and then I stop and have a look, but it's not as, for me, it's not the same as watching all the comments come in. I can see them, but I can't read them. They're only on a very small screen, so I can't really see what you're saying. I can see a comment comes up. Oh, I'm on the good colour now. I like these colours when they get a bit darker. And halloumi. You did, yeah. Wow. You do lots of walking, yeah, that's true. Once you get that car back. I looked terrible then, didn't I? I looked like I suddenly grew. I won't do that again. Oh, my cat today. I tell you, she's going nuts. She really is. So I hoovered. I cleared the bathroom. This is where her litter tray is. I figured we make the bathroom a bit smelly sometimes because it's where the toilet is. It's not, call it the bathroom, but it's where the toilet is. And so I figured her litter tray might as well be there. That way it's not in the kitchen or in a place where you really don't want it. So I thought, oh, I'll do that today. I'll put a new litter tray, you know, change it all. And sometimes she makes a little bit go on the floor, not poo, the litter. So I thought I'll hoover up. She hates the hoover, and her fur as well everywhere. So she dashes out, and I'd left the conservatory door open. So she flew out and then flew out into the conservatory, and that was it. She wouldn't come back in, and she decided that she was going to sleep and stay in Gary's tool room. She took a liking to the carpet and she stayed there all day. And every now and then I would go out there for something or call her, see if she wanted to come in. And I'd go up and look, and she'd just like, no, I'm staying here. And she stayed out there all day. She's back now, but I swear there's something a bit odd about her. But last night she actually sat with me and sat on my lap, which she hasn't done for a long while. She's just been hiding away all the time. I swear she's nuts. Crazy old cat. Seriously. Thank you very much, Kathy. It's the puzzle yarn. Premier Puzzle. It is lovely to work with. It's a chunky, and I've not really I don't really make that much with chunky. I've got loads, and I really should. And I bought some the other day when I went to Aldi. And I have to say, it's really nice. Is it this one? No. It was up there. I don't know where I put it. The chunky. Oh well. But it was really, really nice. And if only I could get it to stay on my lap a little bit, concertina it, then it wouldn't fall. The trouble is, it's so heavy, it pulls against, you know, as you're working, you can feel it pulling away from you because it is so heavy. But if I can go like that on my lap, then at least it doesn't weigh anything. Makes you hot though. But the first time I've had the fan on since last summer. I suppose it is getting milder. I've not had the heating on for the last few days during the day anyway. And then when I do put it on in the evening, we have to turn it off because it gets too hot. So it has really become quite mild. But I reckon someone said the rain is coming back. I've had enough to last a lifetime, to be honest with you, lately. Hats come out lovely with the puzzle yarn. I'd like to get some. I'd like to get some more, but for me to buy it on Amazon, it was really, really expensive. It was either I got some from Amazon and some from eBay, but at the time they sold them in packs of 3 and they were about 30 quid. So, you know, I kind of, in a way, wasn't like extortion, but at the same time, because this blanket is so big, it was quite a lot. But it is pretty. I like the yarn. I like it when I like the dark bits and the way they kind of go, and then you get this light part going through it. I do like the colour changes and the way they work with each other. Ow, shall we say. Well, I nearly went out today, almost, but I didn't. I thought I didn't have enough for dinner, you know, enough food in, but when I looked, I had just enough, everything I wanted. So because we were going to eat round Martin's, so I didn't have anything out. But luckily, I've managed to thaw out my mince, and I did have all the stuff I needed, so I didn't have to go. So yeah, I do feel I don't get out enough, like walking. I need to go out and do a few walks and get some fresh air and some stamina, and also, you know, it blows the cobwebs away. And I used to do some out and about videos. Some are on here, but most of them are over on Rocksteady. And I need to do some more, really. I didn't do any last summer. Not really. People said, oh, don't forget you can do lots of out and about. So yeah, I will. I know, I didn't do any. I felt like you'd seen it all. And so when we went to places, I'd do it there. But I didn't really go and do any walks. Plus I was probably a bit lazy after, well, my surgery did kind of sap my energy. It's amazing how much that takes out of you. You got your puzzle yarn at Walmart. Although Walmart, Asda used to be owned by Walmart, they never once sold any yarn that I saw. Walmart is cheap for puzzle yarn. When I was in Vegas, I really ought to have found a Walmart. I should have had a good look. I know there was one just out of the strip. And the day that we had the car, we should have gone and had a look for it. Dropped Mike and Gemma back off because Mike didn't want to go anywhere else. And then gone exploring. But no, we just took it back. Should have gone to Walmart. But my cases, to be honest with you, were extremely overweight on the way back, and I had to pay. I had to pay to, bring it all back. So, and none of it was yarn. So if I had found yarn shops, it would have been even worse. It would have been terrible. I would probably have paid even more. But at the time, what I should have done was taken clothes that I could throw away and that I would never wear again. To be honest with you, I've never really worn any of them again. So I could have just dumped them. But, you think, oh no, you buy all these nice clothes for holiday, never worn them again. Not one of them, really. Maybe one day. You never know. Probably not, though. What you up to? Hi, Doris. Welcome. You never had the opportunity to use Puzzle, Regina. It is nice. I've got a bit of a rash as well. It's nothing to do with the yarn. I don't know where it come from. I'll turn the corner in a minute, so let's get the corner bit. Disappearing under a pile of giant blanket. So Victoria, if you're still here, while I'm working on this blanket, you could start doing your ends of Harley's blanket, because otherwise they get left and you never do them. Because I've got blankets that I've still not done the ends, and those blankets are about 3 years old, and they just live like with something dangling all the time. So yeah, you could, while we're working, you could be making the last bit of the blanket, well, tucking the ends in. I don't think she's got to the stage of working them in yet. Not like me. Very rarely sew anything. Only when I'm doing it on a demonstration. Hi, Lucy. Don't forget the thummies, all my new people. Who was that? Thought Gary had popped up for a minute. He's only in the living room watching football. That's if he's still awake. He's been working hard. And when he got back in, he had this kind of sort of plasticky boiler suit on, and he was soaked. He said, this would be a good way to lose weight if I had these on all the time. I went, but you would smell. So maybe not a good idea. Can you imagine? Like, ooh, you're a bit whiffy today, dear. Skinny, but very whiffy. But they used to say, didn't they, if you wrapped like cling film around your belly, which I think across the pond is called saran wrap, and then just sit there like that you would lose weight. I don't know how true that is. I think you just get sweaty, probably dehydrate a little, and there's no actual weight loss. Probably. I'm not sure. If you can hear banging, it's next door. Their front door is just over there, and it sounded like they'd come out to put something in their bin, or just banging the door. Sometimes you can hear them talking, like when I do a live or a video, and you can hear them in there. You've got 3 blanket UFOs from 2019. You need to bring them back out. What you need to do is do them while I'm doing my blanket, and we can do blanket alongs. Yeah, I work mine in as I go. And even if it's one of those where you can't really work your like ends in, I find a way. Your mum used to go out running with a black bin bag under her to make her sweat and lose weight. Did it work? But yeah, everybody did that, didn't they? The cling wrap and the bin liners. Go out jogging with a bin liner. I'm not really sure that it actually makes you lose proper weight rather than fluid. Yeah, probably essential fluids that you need, electrolytes and all that. I don't know. All I know is I've got to start the diet soon. I said to Gary, I want to start it now, but I can't start it until I go shopping because I've used up all of my eggs. I've got nothing in that's good for my diet because just lately I've been having a bit of a thing for egg on toast. I'm a woman of simple taste. If someone said to you, "What's your favourite thing?" it'd have to be like egg on toast or egg and chips, something along those lines. I do appreciate a good dinner. We went for a really beautiful meal last week, day before Valentine's Day we went, but it was a Valentine's meal, and I really appreciated the food. But the simple things in life really make me happy, like egg on toast with nice kind of toast and butter. Oh, yum yum yum. But I won't be able to have that anymore. I'll be able to have the egg, just not the rest. Is she qualified for the London Marathon? Oh wow. Never heard of Run and Russell so much. Wow, can you imagine how wet she'd have been at the end of that? People kind of collapse at the end of that, don't they, through dehydration? Wow. But you would lose a lot of weight doing that, like the London Marathon. What we need to do if you need to lose weight is just really go to the North Pole or somewhere like that, because you need a lot of calories. And if you don't have a lot of calories, you'd lose loads of weight, wouldn't you? I missed an opportunity when I had my major surgery. You need a lot of calories to recover from it. But I was too chicken to not eat them. And I really wanted the recovery. And, if I knew I'd recover anyway, I could have just thought, use it as a weight loss opportunity. But too late now. I was just determined to recover as much as I possibly could. And worry about the weight loss after. But yeah, got to try and get it off for summer really, or as much as I can. What have I missed? Hi Maribel. Well, I haven't seen you for ages. You had lunch on Thursday and you had poached eggs on toast with brown sauce. See, I'm a red sauce girl when it comes to egg on toast. Oh, I do love a bit. And Gary bought tiger loaf and it was really thick cut tiger loaf with eggs and ketchup. My last one, or maybe it might be my last one in the morning, I don't know. But I've got to go to the shop. I've got to buy eggs and naked bacon, and I've got to buy some chicken, and then I'm going to get stuck in and do it. I've got tuna and all the things that I normally have when I start low carbing. I'm going to get some veggies as well because we haven't got much. But I use the last of the ones I can't really have, like carrots and that sort of thing. So peas. So that's fine. Ready to start. Right, I've got an end to work in. Got to be brown sauce on it. That's weird. Yeah, naked bacon. Yeah, naked bacon is fruity sauce. Don't see that so much now, do you really? Everywhere. But yeah, naked bacon has got no nitrates. It's cured the old-fashioned way. Like, it's the bacon that they make now has a lot of nitrates in it. It's really kind of bad for you. They say it's carcinogenic, it causes cancer. It's the nitrates, not the bacon. It's the curing process. But because they change the way they do everything these days, not the old-fashioned way, that's why it's not healthy for you anymore. But naked bacon, which they sell in most supermarkets, is a bit thin, a bit sad, but at least it has no nitrates. And sometimes they say outdoor bred, outdoor reared, or dry cured. And I don't know that there is the same thing. I'm not sure, but I know naked bacon naked just means nitrate free. And I just try to do that as much as I can because I've had a brush with cancer. I don't really want another one, you know. I kind of dread that. And so yeah, I try my best to avoid things that are bad, and I know that. And they, you know, it's not just in bacon; it's all the processed meats like sausage. So I try and keep them to a minimum. I have them, but I don't kind of live on them, if you know what I mean. So when I do low carb, I'll have naked bacon and I won't have sausage very often. But I will have mushrooms and eggs and stuff. Yeah, got to switch my milk because I've got to switch to a nut milk. I'm not really keen on that, but I don't have it that often anyway. Not much can have milk in now. I don't have milk in tea. Hi, Charlie and Katie Bear. Welcome. Woo woo, thank you. Don't forget the thummies. So yeah, that's why it's naked. I mean, all bacon's naked. Don't, you know, to go to the shop. Can I have some not naked bacon, please? Like it with clothes on. So what have you been watching lately? Anything interesting? Any good shows to watch out for? Been to the cinema? We was going to go tomorrow. And we were going to see The Fabelmans. But when we looked, there weren't that much on because it's half term. So most of the films that are showing are for kids. And there was a few. There was Magic Mike, which I know Victoria wants to see. I don't know if she's still here. But when I messaged her telling her that it was a new Magic Mike movie, I thought she was going to explode. She was that excited. But if she wants, I don't know if she's watching still, I'll go and see it with her. Oh, keep dropping my stitch. You only have it once a week in a local cafe. Josh Brolin in the short series Outer Range. Excellent. What was that on, Charlie? I'm not sure if I've seen that. Outer Range. Ooh. What's it about? Without, you know, ruining it. Been watching Happy Valley. I've seen it all, but I'm watching it with Gary. In between those seasons, we've been watching Dexter, although I've only got him to watch one season of Dexter so far. He put it off for years, and I tried my best to get him to watch it, and he kind of skipped it all the time, you know, managed to sort of wriggle out of it. Finally, we watched it, and he really enjoyed it, and I know he did because he used to say, let's watch a Dexter, and, you know, he doesn't do that unless it's something that he's into. But the thing that puts him off is like when there's 7 or 8 seasons of something, would be just watching that and watching it, and then watching season 2, then watching season 3. You know, kind of too much. We did that with Gotham City, and he was sick of the sight of Gotham after that, and he was just didn't really want to watch it. See, I love a binge watch. Me, I kind of like getting through something and waiting until it's all there, and then having a binge. I've got something to tell you, Gary.
What?
Picard has started.
My what?
Picard. You know the series, Picard?
Oh, he died.
No, it's the series has started.
Oh, what? Not
The new
boring
one. No, it's supposed to be really, really good because all of the next gen, more or less, are back.
Still don't lie.
Yeah, say hello. Here he comes.
Hello. Who's that behind you?
It's you. You're right.
Turn around and look behind the shoulder.
He's a... Bless him. So yeah, Picard has started. Paul told me last night, and although season 2 of Picard, was it 2? The last one wasn't as popular. This one's meant to be really good because of a lot of the old crew are back, and they've all come back for the last hurrah, and it's meant to be brilliant. But I'd rather wait until there's a few there to watch rather than Wait a week. That really does. I kind of forget what's happening if I have to wait a week for things. Hi. Oh, Last of Us. Yes, we're going to watch that, Debbie. Prime Video. Hang on, let me go back. Sort of sci-fi. Big mysterious hole in Wyoming farm. 8 episodes, way too short. Oh, right. I'm going to watch that then. I'll have to give that a go. Last of Us, we will watch. We did hear it kind of went off a bit, but I think it was just one episode that Mike had a bit of a thing with. You like Picard? I do. I liked the boring season where everybody was slating. I thought, still, I'll watch it. It's all right. But I think what people were used to when it come to the Star Trek things, it was like you get a really exciting episode, or it might run over 2 episodes, a storyline. But a storyline didn't last the whole of the season. Whereas now, when they make something, if it's about Q, it starts off and then the whole thing runs with Q. Whereas before, you might get an episode of Q or one to be continued, but it wouldn't be all season. And I think that's why it was just not as fast moving as it used to be. You know what I mean? I think that's where people were kind of getting a bit bored with it. But I liked it anyway. First one was amazing. The second one was okay, but I think it's his third one. Whatever one that's now is meant to be brilliant. So I'm glad that that's up for watching. There's something else starting in March. Gary told me something starting in March. What is it? Mandalorian. Oh, another season of The Mandalorian. Can't wait for that. Went to see Magic Mike with his sister and friends the other night. Nice, but the first one was the best. It's always the way, isn't it? I wonder if they'll ever do Magic Mike in 3D. It's his last dance, that one, so probably not. But that would be funny. It would be eye-catching, wouldn't it? Oh, me eye. Bye, Ellie. Thanks for coming. That would be funny. They really should have done that, shouldn't they? That would have been fun. That tickled me. So yeah, that's starting in March as well, The Mandalorian. I do like that. I never used to be a Star Trek fan, but Gary has finally managed to get me into it all. I used to just be a Trekkie. Couldn't understand Star Wars, found it too infantile. To me it was, when you watch the first one with, Han Solo and Princess Leia, and it just seemed like such a fairy story. It didn't seem like, at least with Star Trek, the science fiction was almost bordering on fact, and it was kind of, there were possibles in it, and the aliens didn't seem crazy apart from the ones that had blue heads, but you know what I mean. Just catch up. You can watch The Mandalorian with my slippers. I can. I love those slippers. Have you seen Yellowstone? No, I haven't. 1883 and 1923. I saw those advertised. I haven't watched any. But I haven't watched any of Yellowstone. So give me a brief synopsis without spoiling it. What's Yellowstone about? Because I did see that pop up a few times. And I like to watch things when Gary's in bed, because obviously when he's working, he goes to bed quite early. And, then that leaves me with a big kind of nothing to do apart from watch. I've been watching Game of Thrones again. I kind of revisited Game of Thrones. Because sometimes when you're crocheting, you don't really want to concentrate too much. So it's good to watch something that maybe you know what's happening. You've actually... But sometimes, it's weird watching something for the second time or whatever. You see bits you missed, or you think, I really don't remember that, and it's weird, isn't it? But that's happened a few times. Or things seem to make a bit more sense because something falls into place that you didn't notice the first time round. Ooh, right, should we turn the fan down a bit? I don't even know where the remote control is. Where's that? It actually sticks to it magnetically. Oh, there it is. But did I put it on? No. That's better. We don't sound like we're in a wind tunnel anymore. Served its job, though. Very, very nicely. When I first put it on, I thought, you know what? Should have dusted it first. Haven't used it all winter. We'll see if I end up like cold-like symptoms, you'll know, because I'm allergic to dust. So if it's blown fibres and dust up my nose from this, or the dust from there and the fibres from this, then I'll be in trouble. I'll be wheezing and sneezing. They are fabulous. I will try and see them. Oh, Yellowstone's a soap opera. I have to watch this. I will give it a go. You enjoyed watching stuff on Netflix on your phone so you can binge watch? Yeah, I like binge watching. Gary's not a fan. He doesn't mind. He prefers binge watching in the sense of that you don't have to wait a week for an episode, and so he can maybe watch a couple a night. But he gets a bit annoyed if he's watching nothing but one thing over and over and over and over and over. You know, he gets a bit bored with it all. And I've got a real bad chin today. I definitely need to get on that diet and get rid of the chin. I keep catching sight of the chin, and it's it's like, whoa, where'd that come from? You know, I know. It's battered sausage and chips. It's egg on toast with big chunky tiger bread and lashings of butter. And not to mention all the desserts and the Valentine's meal and all the naughty chocolate. That's what that is. It's all congregating there. Rancher, Kevin Costner. Trying to keep the ranch from going down. Everyone wants to take it from him. His kids are wild. He looks so good in jeans and boots and a hat. Who does? Because that's not Kevin Costner. That's someone else. I'll tell you what else. What did we watch? That thing with Sylvester Stallone, where he comes out of prison. Oh, what was that called? We recently watched it and really enjoyed it. At first I thought, oh, this is going to be a bit slow. And he's ex-mafia. Well, he's a mafia guy, and he comes out of prison. And they send him to some place that's, you know, obviously like not New York. I forget now. Really good though. I really enjoyed that. But he's kind of out in the sticks. Yeah, that was good. And I kept saying to Mike, you know, you will enjoy that if you can find a way to watch it, because it doesn't have whatever it was on. I think it was Paramount. Tulsa King, that's the one. Something King. Tulsa King. Because he was sent there. Yeah, that was it. Brilliant. Really, really enjoyed that. I hope they bring out another one. I'm really enjoying the Game of Thrones though, but it's nearly finished. And I don't know why, but my son never watched that, and I'm sure he'd like it. It's good. It is very good. Wow. This thing it's never ending. And you know, as it gets further and further, it's going to take me longer and longer to do the 2 rounds. It started off when I first started doing lives. It would take me an hour. to get round the 2 rounds, and it's now taken me well over 2. When stopping talking and looking at my phone doesn't help, I suppose. I know. If I was just crocheting, it wouldn't take that long. You haven't watched TV in a while, mostly watch YouTube. And I would love Yellowstone. I would definitely have to try it. We were talking about the soaps last night, like the English ones, because the only one that I watch now is Emmerdale. And but I used to watch all 3 of them, EastEnders, Emmerdale and Coronation Street. But EastEnders became really dark and depressing and stupid, so I gave it up a long while ago. I couldn't watch it. It was just ridiculous. And so that had to go. I was watching it one night and I was so depressed watching it. And I thought, why are you watching something that makes you feel like this? You're meant to watch things that that lift you, or, you know, you can, it's okay to feel some empathy and a bit of kind of, you know, get into a character and feel sorry for them and all this, that and the other. But this was just destroying my brain. So I stopped watching EastEnders at that point, and I've never watched it since. But I do know that it is now better. It's become a lot better. But even so, I don't think I've got enough time in my life to devote to any more soaps than I've got. And I just watch Emmerdale. I mean, I can watch a program in the evening, you know, and things like that. But, oh, I was watching CSI, but I've kind of forgot to carry on with it. I got quite into it, into the current season. I'll have to start with that again. Maybe when Game of Thrones is finished, I'll get back to that. But yeah, and I did decide not to watch Coronation Street anymore either, because it was just mounting up too much on my planner, and I didn't have time. And every now and then I would sit and binge watch them and catch up, and then a little while later I'd find that I got behind again, and I'd have to binge watch them all to catch up again. And I just decided that I was going to get rid of them and just have one soap, one daytime that I can watch. Well, it's late afternoon, early evening, really, and I can kind of keep current with Emmerdale with just the one. But I've heard that Coronation Street and EastEnders are both good again. But I just don't have the time. So how far have I got to go to get right round? Let's have a look. Oh, wow. A long way. Oh, my. I should not have looked. I shouldn't have looked. I better get cracking, hadn't I? Be here all day. Be here tomorrow. Like a little skeleton. I really thought that I was quite a way round. Surely I must be. At least 2 sides, because I've done a couple of corners. Haven't I? I don't know. It doesn't help when your stitches fall off. I'll have to look. What's going on? Crossroads. Wow, yeah. The Rings of Power. It's a prelude to Lord of the Rings. Oh, okay. Crossroads. Oh, my God. Do you remember Sandy? And Noel Gordon. They used to call her Nolly. Oh, Nolly Gordon. My mum was obsessed with that programme. That and Peyton Place. She was obsessed with both of those. They were her daytime soap kind of things. Peyton Place, Crossroads, and then, of course, Coronation Street was on a bit later. But yeah, I can remember Crossroads was such a big thing. We had to. It was always lunch, like dinner time, you know, tea time, and we'd be sitting there watching it. You'd think something that popular would never be taken off the air, but it did. It kind of ran its course. Miss Diane and Benny. But in those days, I used to watch so many soaps, all the Australian ones. By that I mean Sons and Daughters and the Sullivans and those doctors. What was it? Flying Doctors. God, I loved all those. And then you got the ones with like Home and Away and Neighbours. They came on, but the older ones, they were my favourites, especially the Sullivans. I absolutely loved that. I had a crush on one of the guys in that. I was young. Oh, bye, Gwen. If you're still there. I don't always see everything at the right time. Tried watching the LOTR series. Lord of the Rings. Just couldn't get past the first episode. No, I'm not really a Lord of the Rings person. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Doc Martin. He's grumpy though, isn't he? He's always kind of grumpy. I did used to watch a few of those. I haven't seen it for a long time though. Yeah, when I was a child, God, my mum was a real soap addict back in those days. Oh man. I'm getting thirsty. I've got a drink though. So we fan. Wow, this stitch, it's a great stitch. I don't mind it and I like it and everything else. But when it gets this big and you've got to go round and round and round, it does get a tad tedious. But it'll be worth it in the end. That's all I just keep thinking, keep telling myself. It'll be worth it in the end when he's loving his blanket. It'll be worth it in the end. I feel like I've got to pull some more yarn out. Without tangling it. Whoa, it jumped in. Your mum loved it. Oh, it keeps jumping. YouTube is your viewing platform these days. Jane! Woo, you gave me... You actually made it. This is Gary's cheerleader, guys. Give me a G. Give me an A. You're just coming from grocery shopping. Here it is. Look, ready? See how big it's got. Oh, see the blanket, how big it's grown. Oh, no, I mustn't do that. I'll get another strike. That's not the words. That's only the short side. This is the long side that I'm on now. Did I work over that complete tail? Yes, I did. That's what I like to see. No tails to work in. Only the little list of ones that need snipping off here and there. Now I've stuck on the yarn. So yeah, I've got to go grocery shopping, but it won't be tomorrow. It's Sunday. Can't be bothered. So, but I do have to do it. Got to go and get a few things before I start my low carbing. And I cannot wait. I tell you straight, I just cannot wait to get on that and get in underway and start feeling like it's working, because it really is good. No more bloating and no more, you know, tiredness, and everything just kind of goes. I don't know how if I know that a lot of people feel like that. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea, but for me, I get rid of so many food allergies and all the things that weigh me down and drag me down, that I just feel great and on top of the world when I do it. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. We've gone on to the grey colour. I love that colour. Pour some more yarn. I don't know if I probably will get round on that bit, I think. If not, then I'm now getting less than 2 rounds per ball. Hi, Moo Rose Craft. Welcome. Don't forget the thummy. You have your Xbox connected to your TV. Watercolours. What is it actually called? I can't remember. Where is it? It's called Enigma. one. Really nice. I love the dark colours. Yeah, it's got some lovely, beautiful colours in it. All the grey ones are on top, both balls, so you can't really see it. But if you open it up, it's got some lovely colours in. So yeah, that was Enigma. I don't even know if they still do Enigma. Maybe someone could have a little look for me and tell me. Not that I really want to buy anymore and expand this blanket any more than it is already. He is going to be so happy, he is. Not only... What was that? Not only is he going to be happy with this, I made him a shepherd's pie today, so he's very happy. Very. Spoiled him. Okay. Hike it up. It's so warm under it, I have to put the fan on. Sitting there with the fan on. Oh, mamma mia. Yeah, so I can't wait to get started on it, and maybe I'll do some book reviews and some, once I've got my Ninja and things work really well with it, I might do some recipes and start resurrecting the diet, you know, channel again. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Doing a few things on there. But I did an unboxing today over on Rocksteady, and it was for I ordered a box of beauty stuff because I lost that lip gloss, and I really thought it was a Harrods one. God, typical of me, used it once and it's gone. But luckily I had the box it came in, and when I googled it, it was Superdrug. So I thought, whoa, I'm gonna order a few because they're cheap. So I did, and I got a couple of extra bits as well, so I put that up today. I tried to put it up yesterday, but when I went to upload it, I switched channels, and I messed up my upload, so I had to delete that one and do it again. So it went up today. It wasn't a major box, it was only a few things, but some of it is a bit daring for me. But I thought, whoa, what the heck, you know, go through my third childhood perhaps. Oops, I got the row beneath then. Okay, what have I missed? Anything? Oop. Hi, Suzanne. Oopsie. Gary's blanket tutorial, thank you. Thank you very much, Sylvia. You're cutting up your old boots for the fur and some of the hardware on it. That sounds interesting. They don't have Enigma anymore. Oh, that's a shame. It is lovely, but they've probably got more like new colours. But I got the very first time I ever had this. You've probably heard this already, but I got it in a box from Creative Grandma when we did a yarn swap. And I hadn't had my channel long, and we did a yarn swap, and I think she gave me 2 balls of this, and I thought she gave me I think, was it that yarn, or did someone else give me that? Yeah, that might have been that other girly that I did a yarn swap with that gave me the other yarn. But she gave me Muir Woods and this, and both of them, because she knew I loved blue. Glenda kind of really sent me some beautiful blue yarns. So yeah, and I thought, oh well, I'll make a blanket with it, but because it's chunky, it's not as much on the, it doesn't go as far. So I ended up buying extra, and at the time I think I bought about 3 packs of extras just so I could make a proper size one. I was just going to do a lap blanket, but Gary had other ideas. Oh no, I want it to come right up under my chin like this, right down to the floor and all the way along, like double bed size really. So yeah. It's getting a mouthful of fluff. Mouthful of fluffs. Hi Denise. So what are you making with your boots? See, my mum used to do stuff like that. She used to, and my dad had some real chunky kind of what they used to call hobnail work boots, and they'd seen better days, and they gave him a new pair of boots, and he was just about to throw them away, and she said, "Jeff, don't throw those away." And he said, "What do you want them for?" She said, "Well, you'll see." And then what she did, she kind of cut the toes out and a hole in the heel, and she painted them black because they were black, but they were ugly. So she painted them black, and she filled them with dirt, and she planted things in them, and she hung them up outside the house, and they looked amazing. They really did. And people always used to say, "Oh, I love your plant hanger. Where did you get it?" She said, "They're Jeff's smelly old boots." Lucky the plants didn't die with his smelly old boots. But yeah, my mum was always making. She was very crafty, my mum. You know, she was the one who taught me to crochet and to knit. We did some macrame. We made plant pot holders for our spider plants. Oh, that's another thing I've got to get when I go shopping. We've got some spider plant cuttings. Gary fancied them. And they're, in a moment, they are in a glass of water, sprouting roots. So I need to get some indoor plant compost and some pots, and proper nice pots to put them in, so that these things will not die. Well, yesterday, while I was at Paul's, Gary sent me a picture, and let me just check what's going on. He called Fliff. Fliff. Mike used to call his hair Fluff when he was little, because he had very fine, fly-away, wispy hair. And if it ever got to a certain length, he used to really sad face, and he'd go, "My fluffs, it's tickling me." And that meant I need a haircut. That's what that meant. "My fluffs, it's tickling me." Yeah, planters out of gumboots. Yeah, she did that too with willies. In fact, I bought plant pot in the shape of willies just because it reminded me of my mum. They're at the back. I need to put something in them. Yeah, those things are expensive, you're right. Spider plants grow. Yeah, we had a house full of them. They were all like the rage, weren't they, when we were all younger? Now, let's see if I can see this picture that Gary sent me yesterday. And he just said, where is it? There. This is a picture of my fish tank, and he said, "Are they angelfish eggs?" So I went, "Oh, I don't know." So I googled what angelfish eggs look like, and they are identical to those. That's not ours. That's one that I googled, and those ones were ours. So I said, "Yeah, they are." And he said, "Well, the angelfish are kind of looking after them, like chasing other fish away." So I thought, oh, because the other lot of babies we had, the crebensis, all died, and we got this molly in the tank that ate them all, I think. And I thought, well, he said the molly keeps getting too close, so I said, okay, well, we might take the molly out and put it in, because Gary's got a little tank. I said, we put the molly in with your fish, because it would go fine with them fish. So he said, yeah, maybe, okay. And I got home and they're all gone. Every single one of them, just gone. So I looked, and on the heater we've got this, looks like orange jam has stuck to it. So whether some kind of got laid on the heater and it's cooked them, I don't know. But all the ones that are on the filter have just disappeared. Whether they've been taken and put somewhere else, or whether they've just been eaten, I have no idea. But we had baby crebensis a little while ago, and now we've got those. It's like a knocking shop, my fish tank. That's all they do. Hi, Maritza. Get baby cage. Helps baby separate in the tank. Yeah, I've got like a little hospital tank, but it's so small. I couldn't get one of my fishes in there. Must have maybe got eaten, but I don't know. Do they move them? Is it possible they move them? I don't. The fish we've got in there at the moment, then I think we won't get any babies, because when we have like the crebensis, babies, the all the other fish just wanted to eat them. And now we've got those eggs, all the other fish just want to eat them. So I've got to turn the fan up again. Where did I put the remote again? This blanket is just making me so hot. It's unbelievable. So I'm sorry about the noise. But, you know, I just want to take my shoes off as well because it's making me have hot feet. And I'm one of those people like that get kind of cranky if the feet's hot, you know. And there's two areas that if I get overheated in those areas, then I turn into a bit of an Incredible Hulk. And one is my feet. If my feet are too hot, then I'm not particularly nice to know. And the other one is behind my ears. If I sweat behind my ears, I don't just mean a little bit, you know, if you get hot so that you kind of really sweat behind the ears, then that is she's gonna blow kind of warning. Vacate the area, she's gonna blow, that sort of thing. But those are the two spaces that if they get overheated, then I get a bit overheated. But my feet are not that bad at the moment, so I'm not gonna like explode. Hi there, Robin from Australia. Welcome. Just getting warm watching me. Sitting under that, because it's not just this blanket. I have to concertina it on my lap. So it's like having 8 of them on your lap. It's just too much, really. This is why I couldn't make it all summer. And then when we got the aircon, I could have done. But by that time, I'd already put it in a bag and hidden it somewhere. So it was kind of buried in amongst all the stuff that I had in the, you know. Well, I did have a nightmare situation before the caravan was ready. Sorry, the Yana van. And I had nowhere to put anything. So it was just, goodness knows where anything went. And I still have a lot of work to do out there in that Yana van. I was out there earlier fulfilling my orders, and I kind of got them all together and the packaging and the addresses and stuff like that, and I got it all done for like Hobby Rocks, and I thought I'll go in now and get a few things done. And I looked and I thought, why don't you just stay out here and get some stuff done? But really, I had so much to do today, I couldn't have. But it was lovely, and it was quite mild. When I first walked in there, I thought it's pretty chilly. So Gary's brother changed my plug sockets, put them up higher for me. So I put my little heaters in, and I had them both on, and it was really nice. I won't say like it got really, really warm, but the little area where I have to work was just perfect for me. You know, I don't like to be too hot. And they work lovely. You can feel them blowing some nice warm air on you. And they're supposed to be really cheap. They're like some 17p to run them for an hour. You've got guppies with fancy tails. Yeah, we had those in my old tank years ago, and they kind of, we had some mollies as well that had a baby, and that lived. Take my shoes off. It's not like anyone can see them. I know, but I just don't know if I can get them off. Hang on. They're nice. These ones Gary bought me for Christmas. They're just Skechers. They're black and gold. Quite snazzy. And they're fabric, so they're not, I don't know, you know, they're not normally hot under them. Not normally hot feet, but it's the blanket. And the blanket that's doubled up and doubled up again and doubled up again. Mad. You had apple snails. It's -1. I've lost my hook, guys. Oh, there it is. Found it. Wow, -1. It's quite mild here. What are apple snails? I've not heard of those. Time for a drink. I'm sure I've not seen apple snails. Although I might have done, but just not knowing that's what they were called. Gary's got shrimp in his. He's got African shrimp. And he did have a sword tail, but they kept jumping out the tank and dying. One time a snail got out of his tank and he found it underneath the bed, hard and mummified, and it must have got out and walked all the way across the room. Just weird. You like Skechers, but you never found a pair you didn't like. Skechers are your favourite footwear. I've got a few pairs now. I had a pair, and they were my workout trainers, and they were magenta, grey and black. Sounds awful, but they were nice, and I used to wear them whenever I went to the gym. Goodness gracious, that was a while back. And when I moved out of my house, my eldest son, Paul, used my room for a little while, and then when he went home, I don't remember why he was there now, probably to do with work, I said to him, lock my, because my room used to lock, I said, lock my room as you leave. I don't, want it left unlocked. And he said, okay. But his dad managed to say, oh no, just give me the key because I want to clean the room. And he promptly snicked all my stuff. And one day, a long while later, he asked me to go around his house and do something on his computer and set up his iPad and everything else and help him. So I did. And I looked round and I said, oh, I've got a pair of trainers like that. And his girlfriend said, oh, they're ever so comfy. And then I looked and I thought, hang on a minute. That's my handbag over there. And they are my trainers. And that's my boots. And that's my other pair of trainers. And because I had a pair of Guess trainers, they were burgundy with gold on. Weren't very comfortable, but they were mine. And I thought, all my stuff is in this house, and that's just some of it. I thought, oh, okay. So most of my stuff got poached. It is kind of what it is. I did tell him. I did let him have it. Should have made him pay for it all. That's what I should have done. But yeah, one of those things. And I still do him favours now. Because I'm stupid, I guess. We've only done 3 there. Good job I looked. You had a phone call, but you're back. He was a jerk. He still is, yeah. But yeah, it was my Skechers that I looked and I thought, oh, I've got a pair just like that. But I thought, well, I've been having my stinky feet in those for the gym. She lost. It's not like she got herself a bargain. But I did lose things like Michael Kors bags and stuff like that. And the bag that she had was one by Floozy, and it was really, really beautiful. I loved that bag. I used to keep it nice for going out, and thing is, I just get new ones, and it's one of those things. Can't do anything about it. But I suppose I'm too easygoing. Not always, but I was just used to it, really. I've got a feeling this might be the last side. Yay! This is my last side. I've done my 2 rounds then. Time flies, doesn't it, when you've got company to do it? I pull out a lot of yarn and then get cracking. Let's just catch up, because lots have been super nice. I don't know about that. Mental, more like. King Jack. You really love Skechers so much, but you don't have any money to get them right now. All of the shoes you got are a cheap brand, like they don't last. But you know what? Thank you. I'm not too nice. I don't know what it is about me, really. Sometimes I let him have it, you know. Anyway, we have some shops where Skechers are really cheap here. I guess it depends if they're the brand new ones and sometimes they make ones for that are more inexpensive, and sometimes you go in another shop and they've got really quite snazzy ones and they're like the £80 mark or whatever. But you know, you can get them in Sports Direct for you know that are quite reasonable, to be honest. So there's all different price ones around here for Skechers. But Gary bought me he bought me 3 pairs. He got me that black pair, and then he bought me a pair that were lilac colour, and they machine washable. And he bought me a white pair. And yeah, so I've got 3. I think they're white. Are they white? Yeah, I think they are. So, because he said at the time, I didn't know whether to get you white trainers and if you like them. And so yeah, white, lavender, and black. So I've got three pairs. But the ones I had, the ones that were stolen from me and given to the next girlfriend, they had that bump in them. You know, they made them so that they just walking in them gave you a leg workout. Your calves gave you a calf workout because they had a kind of a bump rock. And I used to go on the treadmill on those. But they weren't the most comfortable I've ever had. But those black ones, from the minute I put them on, you didn't know you had them on your feet. Really, really soft and nice. So I've got quite a few bits of footwear now. And but I kept saying to him, I can't wear them till the summer because the road out there is muddy, and even if I don't go anywhere near the road itself, everything is kind of muddy out there, like where you walk across the driveway. And he said, "Well, the black ones then?" And I said, "You didn't get me black ones." He said, "I did. I got you black ones for Christmas." I thought they were both kind of pretty colours. He said, "No, they were black ones." So when I had a look, and it was a black pair. So I thought, "Oh, right, okay." So I've been wearing them ever since. Hi, Lulu. Welcome. Don't forget the thummy. Beautiful and sunny right now. Got to walk the dogs. Okay, Charlie, thanks for coming. It's pitch dark here now because it is almost 8 o'clock. I said to Gary, once I finish my live stream, will we be able to watch anything? Because, you know, sometimes he goes to bed early when he's working. And he said, well, I'm not working tomorrow, so yeah. But I said, it does take a while to get round now. Especially when you stop and read the messages and everything else, it takes longer. But I can remember the first one I did was just an hour. It's not anymore. I think this is the 4th one. So obviously it grows and grows and grows every round. I wonder if on my last round, if I will be playing Yarn Chicken, or whether I should not do it. Sit with a yarn eater because you do four stitches in each one. It's nice though. I really like the stitch. Winter into spring, grounds are always so dirty. They are around here. As you know, we are living in a mudfest. But it's finally kind of dried up, although I've heard that we're going to get the rain back, so I'm really hoping not. Because it's just been so nice to not have all the ruts in the road where the lorries and delivery vans and things like that make the great big trenches in the mud. And at the moment it's nice and flat, and it has been, well, it isn't flat, you know. That's it'll never be flat, but it's not really bad and trenchy. And it's just been nice to have a stint of good road just for a while. Wow, nearly there, guys. Nearly there. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself tomorrow. That's if I might be seeing Mike and Gemma, but I'm not sure. Missing anything? Watch Yellowstone? I will. I definitely will. Ambulance. Jake Gyllenhaal. It's Gyllenhaal, it's not Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal. Very different movie. We like Jake Gyllenhaal. Me and my son Paul. We kind of liked him when he was in Source Code. But yeah, I like him. But the one that we like, but Gary finds hard to watch, is Matthew McConaughey. Because I call him Mumbles McConaughey, because he mumbles a lot, you know. He really does mumble. And that's terrible for Gary, because you can't even lip read him. And if he's not got any subtitles, then Mumbles McConaughey is just not the person that he can... We watched Interstellar at the cinema. I didn't understand a word. Not a single word. Because he just mumbles his way and everything. But he's a brilliant actor. But boy, does he mumble. Mumbles McConaughey. Yeah. But I will give Yellowstone a go. Maybe once the Game of Thrones is finished. I'll need a new one to watch. Hang on a sec. Pull in some yarn. Have a quick catch up. Keep feeling like I'm going to turn it over. Kevin Costner's leaving. Just as I'm arriving. How rude of him. Oh. Uh-oh. I haven't seen Kevin Costner in anything for a long time. I wasn't really watching him, but obviously there was mention of him when I saw the Whitney Houston film. And because they mentioned The Bodyguard, and she was going to do it because Kevin Costner was in it. And it made me think about him, and I thought, you know, he was everywhere at one point, and then you just don't see people. But isn't it sad that they mention now that, I mean, it's been on the cards for quite some time, and Mike called it ages ago, that Bruce Willis has got dementia. And we knew he had aphasia, but even before that, Mike knew something was wrong. And he said that he reckons that what it was, and he got it right. It's quite sad. We always watch Die Hard every Christmas. Got to do it. Just gotta do it. When the kids were little, we watched Home Alone every Christmas. Now it's Die Hard every Christmas. This ball's still quite big, so I've not quite. Still like more than 2 rounds, 2 colour rounds, so 4 if you like, but 2 of these rows. More than 2 per ball. I think about 2.5 maybe. We'll soon find out when I do the next one how far I get. Whoa. I just pulled John out. What on earth? It's eating it already. It's a hungry blanket. Thank you very much. It is beautiful. It's gigantic and tedious for me, but it's beautiful. It's really, I do love it, but boy, I'm a bit fed up with it. Now I've moved the blanket on top of the yarn. So. But I do have a tutorial for it, if anybody wants it. Somebody did put it up earlier, but that's the right-handed version. I got a right-handed and a left-handed version of it, and it's a rectangular blanket. So that's what I like about it. I did do a square, like do this pattern on a, after, hang on, 1, 2, 3, I thought that looked like I'd done 5. So I did do a granny square version. It was a DK. I called it rubies. So you could carry on, make a square if you use that pattern. It would kind of just make a big square, or as big a square as you wanted. So I did do rubies. I made a hexagon, which are called emeralds, because I made it out of green yarn. Rubies obviously was red yarn. And then I did this one as a rectangle and just did it as a blanket. But once I made the tutorial, Gary decided he wanted it bigger and bigger. So I'll just carry on until the yarn runs out. Don't know what size it'll be. But yeah, it is a challenge to me. And, you know, I bet Jane cannot believe that I'm doing it. She's been going on at me for ages to get back onto it. She's been Gary's cheerleader all this time. And she has actually got other people doing that as well. And then Gary started, and I thought, oh, you have to get it done now. But, you know, as soon as I found it again, and I thought, oh, I'll start doing that. And then I had this idea to actually get my whips done, was to do them on a live stream, because people kept saying, have you ever done a live stream where you make anything? And so I hadn't. You know, I never really... I used to watch Loretta when I first started YouTube, and she would always sit and crochet, and so I used to watch her, and it was quite nice. It was like cozy. So I thought, well, I could do it, and then it would get my whips out the way. So I'll do this one, and then I might even finish some others on a live stream, because it does actually make me do it. Which isn't a bad thing. Nearly at an end, guys. Well, for this round anyway. Can you believe it takes me all this time to get and do 2 rounds? That's how big it is. I mean, obviously I do stop and chat to you. Look at the chats that's come in. As I host people. But it's still quite a long time to get round now. I'm making some squares at the moment, which are I did a check on YouTube, and not one person has made these squares, so they're mine. And I thought, oh, this happened once or twice before, and then I look and other people make them. So I thought it would be quite interesting to see, once I've done it, if other tutorials pop up with them. It's quite, I find that quite, in a way, quite flattering. But yeah, I looked it up, and there's no one else has done them, so I figured I will make something and then do the tutorial. But I'm finding it hard to get time to do it, really. Just so much going on in life. Birthdays, Valentine's Day, and all that jazz. But now there's nothing for ages. Well, there is, but not until spring. Keep dropping my stitch now. Whoa, my last segment, and then I'm on the corner, finishing off my corner. Here we are. Wow, there we go. Scissors time. Wow. Another 2 rows. Done. So this is the front. What you've been looking at so far is the back. But there we go. So my when I get there, final rounds will be this dark one, because it pulls these together into the box, which I call a box granny. And then I'll do a border with that dark colour. I think it'll make it pop. So that's the corners. Wow, how big is this? It's getting, you know, when I first got it out and started doing these live streams, it was easily fit in the bag with the yarn. Now it overfills the bag because it's so big. So I'm running out of places where I can actually store it. Well, that's that. So let's have a little check on the chat. Yes, it did work, Linda. It really did. She has been nagging me for ages. Hi, Sally. You've been watching it? What is that? Yellowstone? Oh, is it? You're talking about The Last of Us. Okay. I missed a bit of the chat, didn't I? I've got a bit of wheezing going on, guys. I keep thinking about how unwieldy it is for you to move it around, and every time I catch you live I watch you work on it, and it's just the whole thing, it's so big. You have to kind of a maneuver. It's like a maneuver. Lorley, hi. And I'll have to say ta-da when I've done and hold it up. Well, it's going to take ages. I'm still nowhere near finished really, because I've got lots of yarn left. So this is how much I've got left of that ball. I'm going to have to ball this up now because it will just get tangled. So that's how much I've got left of that ball. Out of two, it's done 2 rounds, I think. 2 rounds of colour, because it's such a big blanket now. It takes a lot to get round. Although I did have a round, I think, where I used 2 ends, but I'm not using any more yarn ends. I'm going to keep them in case I'm playing yarn chicken at the end, and I need some to get around it. But I'm going to go in a minute and watch something with Gary, but I'm going to wind this yarn ball up first. And I think there's a lot more there than I thought. What have I missed? Just finished part of the cow, and I have to wait 2 weeks for the next one. You're off to Granny D's. Okay, thanks for spending some time with me. And I think I'm going to be outrageous. I should have caked it really. Got 2 yarn winders, but they're out in the yarn van. Set them up out there. But I really do need to start working out there and getting more stuff put away, and clearing some of the stuff that doesn't belong there, now that we've got space out in the conservatory for the chairs. We'll have to get them in. Thanks for coming, Denise. We're going to try. That's if I haven't been too long and he ends up going to bed early or something. We're going to probably watch a Happy Valley, because we're on season 2. I've seen it all. But, you know, it's really good. I don't mind watching it again with Gary. And I saw that quite a while ago, to be honest. I only just recently saw the 3rd one. So yeah, and we probably watch one of those. And we've also got a Death in Paradise to watch, which I think is a part 2 of a storyline. Hi, little sis. You've come in just at the end. You are a bit late. I'm just winding what's left of my yarn ball before I sign off, because I've just done 2 rows of the blanket, and my yarn ball that I had left was very loose, and I thought it would tangle if I didn't ball it up. Um, have I missed anyone else coming in? I'm not sure if I have, or if you just missed someone, Lulu. Yeah, so once I've done this, I'll go and spend a bit of time with Gary, because I haven't really seen him today. He's been doing some painting for his brother, and I made dinner and did a bit of work in the house and stuff, and did some bagging up orders for hobbyrocks.co.uk, and made some videos. Done. And so yeah, I've been a kind of busy bee today, and then we had dinner and I came in to do this because he was watching football. So thank you for spending time with me and making sure I get this blessed blanket done. Stay safe, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.